Good morning again, everyone. Overcast skies here in downtown Wausau. Our 98.9 WXCO studios at the corner of Washington Street and North 3rd Street. 48 degrees is the temperature. It is Mornings with Pat Kreitlow. I am Chad Holmes here on 98.9 WXCO. Coming up tomorrow on the program, Pat will have a full guest lineup, as we just heard, but also during our local segments. Again, we are with you twice every hour between 7 and 9 a.m. at 7:22, 7:52, 8:22, and 8:52 a.m. And tomorrow morning, we'll get an opportunity to talk to Jane Graham Jennings, who is the longtime executive director of the women's community. And a lot to talk about with Jane Graham Jennings. And one of the areas I'm going to go into is we're going to talk, obviously, about a lot of what they do at the women's community. Also talk a bit about, as we're coming towards the end of April, April has been Sexual Assault Awareness and Child Abuse Prevention Month. There's actually a very interesting event coming up on Wednesday, April the 30th. It's called Denim Day. Dollars for Denim campaign. And you're probably wondering, what does that mean? In fact, I was wondering what it meant. And Denim Day is an international protest responding to the Italian Supreme Court's overruling of a rape conviction in 1999. Although the assailant had been found guilty at trial, the Supreme Court argued that because jeans are difficult to remove, the assailant couldn't have done so without the victim's help. Sounds outrageous, yet all over the world, women and men who are victims of sexual assault continue to be disbelieved and accused of causing the assault due to the behavior or what they wear. And again, that's an interesting event coming up on Wednesday. We'll touch on that as well with Jane Graham Jennings. But also, I want to talk a little bit about the culture and also the media culture. Because in this era, we have folks like Joe Rogan, this bro culture. And I want to ask what that means in terms of the work that she and others do when it comes to sexual assault and the mindset behind a lot of people. So a lot to talk about with Jane Graham Jennings of the women's community tomorrow during our local segments here on 98.9 WXCO. Also, a quick note again that we are scheduled to have high school baseball tonight. The Marathon Red Raiders taking on Spencer at Marathon High School. Again, I just hope I'm not caught in some sort of big storm because obviously what we heard from Brittany Merlot just a little earlier, the potential of some rather severe weather, not just wet weather, but severe weather coming into Marathon County and the central Wisconsin area later this afternoon into this evening. But if there is a window, if there is an opportunity, and right now the game is still on, so high school baseball, Marathon against Spencer, right here on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO and on the Civic Media app. And then we'll begin with the pregame show at 4:35 and the first pitch at 4:45 right here on WXCO. Well, let's go right into it. Let's get into the number for the day because we want to give you time to stew over it and to be able to figure it out, get off to a good start this week because you did not pass last week.
No, I did not. Last week was rough.
And you started off well. You got a win on Monday, but then things kind of went downhill the rest of the way. But
they certainly did.
What we do every day here on the program is we give Ian an opportunity to guess the number for the day. And there are three choices, one of which is correct, two of which are incorrect. So based on the math, 33% chance you should get it right just by guessing. So basically, if you're above 33% for the week, it's a passing grade. Below 33% for the week, it's a failing grade. But that's not good enough. We want to make sure that he has an opportunity for a winning week, which is more right than wrong. So if you get 3 right and 2 wrong, that's a winning week. If you want to get an A for the week, basically you have to get 4 out of 5. Which is hard, not very easy at all. And then, of course, the A+ is the perfect week, which rarely happens. It's happened once. So we're going to try to make it twice. So it's all right there with our number for the week, number for the day quiz. And today we have
CEO pay.
That's right. You remember CEO pay.
Yes.
And over the years, CEO pay continues to rise, and it becomes a higher and higher percentage compared to the average worker.
Okay.
And the median CEO pay has reached a record level at the end of 2024. The numbers have come in for 2024. Median pay for top U.S. CEOs surged 7.5% to an all-time high in 2024. What is the median pay for a CEO in the United States of America at the end of 2024?
Okay, what are my choices?
Okay, your choices are $12.8 million.
Okay.
$16.8 million.
Okay.
$20.8 million.
Ooh.
So the median U.S. CEO pay.
12.8, 16.8, or 20.8.
That's right.
Okay. I gotta focus here. So I'm gonna say 16.8 million. I'm gonna go with B. My final answer, I'm going with B.
Going in the middle, huh?
So final answer, the middle answer.
All right. Well, median pay for top U.S. CEOs surged 7.5% to an all-time high of $16.8 million in 2024.
Oh, great way to start off the week.
1 for 1.
Nice.
That's a good way. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see if we can make it 2 for 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, make sure I stay focused.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too, Chad. Happy Monday, everybody.
Matt and Eric on air coming up next, and join us for Mornings with Pat Kreitlow tomorrow right here on WXCO.